So welcome back. This is most like the 11th video of the editor. So today I want to show you some work I've been doing on the underlying GUI system. Particularly you'll notice that all the windows we used to have that allows to add shapes, collisions, set what we do and don't want to show are all gone, and instead we've got this menu bar here with various menu items that allows us to do the same thing. So for shapes, you can do what we did before, add stuff, add some lights, basically all the stuff you'd expect that we used to be able to do, we can still do it now. And also the options what we don't want to render are basically all hidden here as well. So it basically means we got a much more uncluttered space, which allows us to edit more freely. However, if we do want the windows back, we could basically bring the windows back via the Windows menu item. So I'll just bring all the stuff we used to have before back up. So here we go. So we've got the same functionality here as we got for these menus, and we can now just close the menu items we don't need, can keep the ones we do want, basically customize your working space a bit like that, so without needing to have all these frames accessible at all times. Second of all, you might notice that the fonts are slightly different. I basically moved away from my hand-drawn font instead of using like a freehand font. The process I use is pretty much the same. So with the hand-draw font, I can actually show you, I think. Yes, works. That's what I used to do. Let's see what it is. Data, textures, fonts. So I used to draw these things myself. Let's not this one. This one. We basically end up with something like this. And I'll then sample parts of it and put it where it basically needs to be. So that's basically how things used to work. And it worked fine, but obviously I had no support to add special characters like colons or commas or slashes or any kind of things. And it would just render them as spaces, which is not great. Let's save this. Whereas now with like a freehand font, I can render anything I like. So to give you an example, I got a little about window, because why not? So you see you got your, basically all things you expect. Well, this is a bit cramped for some reason. I'll fix it later. But yeah, you check underscore, you got add symbol here. So that's all working quite nicely, and looks a lot better as well. And I can basically change font on the fly by just loading a different font. And basically using that to render all my stuff. That's about me. That's enough about me. So that's one thing I've been doing. So basically updating the underlying GUI system so I can do more stuff and hide items in the menu bar if I don't need them. I've also just today started, and basically want to show you, it might crash, I'm not quite sure how good this is going to work. Basically start working on the basically creating NavMesh in the editor. So I'll just give you a small demonstration here. So let's basically make a bit of collision, make it bigger. We go. Let's stick a slightly slower. Then I just add, do it for here, of course. So many options now. A second collision bit here, it's in the middle. So now if I bring up the NavMesh window, so there's basically two options to render and to generate. So if you generate it here, you can see that we essentially generate like NavMesh around this thing. So the little collision in the middle is basically cut out. So you can see the little lines cutting it out. And also a bit of NavMesh is generated on the top here. So yeah, so we can actually create NavMesh by basically analyzing the collisions that exist within the level. So next bit will be to flesh this out a little bit, because the old system is not quite as robust as I'd like it to be, but works in examples like this, and worked in levels for Red Spectre I basically made in the past. But also next bit will basically be adding AI entities in the level and basically have to move about, use the generate NavMesh. So I've done this, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. This code is quite old. but I'd be able to access this within the editor and showcase the paths the entities would take, or even like dropping into the game. A use of this would be quite neat thing to have. So yeah, so it is shaping up quite nicely. Got more GUI items, got more options. Just double check if the rendering thing actually works. Nope, does not work. Not hooked up yet, that's fine. So yeah, still a lot of stuff to do, but it's getting better. New GUI system is a lot easier to use, looks a lot better, and also allows you to close frames without crashing, which is wasn't the case before. So yeah, it was a really outdated system, but what I've got now is a lot better, so I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, I mean, a lot more to come. Especially now, what we're going to do is to flesh out the NavMesh system, make sure it renders correctly. So even though it looks like there's basically 3 triangles or 3 polygons, actually just one, just the rendering is not quite as it should be, but you know, work in progress, as I say. So yeah, so hopefully next time I'll be able to build a bigger level and then generate NavMesh and have some AI entities move about. That will hopefully be the next video for me to show you guys. So all I got for now. So, oh yeah, so last time I basically showed you the loading and saving. I did actually see the loading screens can now basically blow it up different levels. The NavMesh not cleared yet from the previous one. So that's a bit of a pity, but hey ho. So yeah, so basically load different levels. It's like collection of items. It's a slightly different level. I mean, layout is pretty much the same, all the stuff I built so far. But yeah, I basically want to show collision still works properly. They're going up slopes and stuff like that with like little things you can hop onto. But I'll show you all of you guys that in a separate video before. So I think that's all the bits that I want to show you guys. I mean, yeah, everything else worked just fine. So yes, next video will just be hopefully more AI stuff, because the game I've got in mind for now is a bit of like a Rainbow Six clone is what I think of making. But instead of actually playing as a player, you basically, it's like a simulator I suppose. So it's AI versus AI, and want to use planning technology in the background for the AI to make decisions and draw up like a tactical plan before going in to take down the hostiles and all that kind of stuff. But that's, yeah, quite a long way off. First thing to do is to basically create, basically flesh out the NavMesh stuff, have NTIs use it, and then we'll talk about next steps to do. But yeah, that's all I've got for you now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.